While QC forms 6.1 through 6.10 take up the majority of your work on site, there are a few other QC related items that are important to be aware of and know how to fill out. Some of these things will be repetitive from earlier sections, so hang tight, but I am repeating them because they're important. First is QC cards, which I've pulled up a PDF image of the QC cards. Remember, there are QC photo cards for every photo on the required list. Each photo should be taken with the QC card in view, like shown here. And I would not recommend photoshopping the cards in later to your photos. Taking the photo with the card, we do that for a reason. It helps you organize and track down each photo later in the process. And this is a good segue into the quality control photo checklist, which is not that form, it is this form. This checklist goes hand in hand with the cards and should be used as a to-do list for all the shots that are required for the QC photos to be complete. So you can use this to track your progress. Additional QC forms beyond 6.1 through 6.10 will be the QC signature page, the concrete quality control form, and the suspended as-built dimensions form. In addition to remembering to also be always redlining your drawing set. Now, whoa, that is a lot, but it really isn't so bad. So let me reiterate and go through some of these forms in more depth. Working backwards, it's important that you know this QC signatures page exists. This is just a verification from each FEIC who signed off on items on site that their initials on those other QC forms were not forged and that they agree with the information. Before that, but right before inauguration, you'll find yourself also ready to fill out the suspended as-built dimensions form. This form should be a summary of all the dimensions you've already redlined, with only one new piece of information, that dead load sag that I was talking about in form 6.10, which you'll need the auto level on site to capture. And finally, throughout the entire build, and as you are filling out the other QC forms 6.1 through 6.10, you want to make sure that you are tracking concrete quality through the concrete quality control form and updating that drawing set with redline dimensions. It is okay and common to delegate these tasks to whomever is running, say, for example, the concrete mixer that day. It might be nice to delegate the concrete quality control form for that day task to them, or delegating the design manager to be going around and verifying some of the as-built dimensions and redlining the drawing set and comparing it to tolerances. But ultimately know that you are responsible for getting these complete. And even if you delegate a task and it doesn't get done, you need to make sure that whoever you're asking to do the task is working on it. Now, during construction, another useful tool for the QC manager that is often underused is the daily updates. The construction manager is required to provide these daily updates via WhatsApp every day. And these are all in the bridge binder for you to review. But first, what did you do today? Second, what are you doing tomorrow? Third, what potential roadblocks are you facing? Fourth, do you need to request any toolkits? And fifth, send any photos or links to incidents or near hit reports. Not only can you help the construction manager to not forget these items, but you are an integral part of the process. What potential roadblocks are you facing? If one of these roadblocks is not getting a signature on the QC form, this is not something we can wait to hear at Review Call 4. The entire team needs to know this right away so we can start taking remedial action, whether it's because that signature is because the FEIC doesn't feel comfortable or because something wasn't built correctly. It doesn't matter, but we need to be working towards fixing that and getting the bridge done. Finally, at the end of this entire process, you'll be required to organize your QC forms, as-built drawings, and QC photos into various folders in your team's drive. Make sure to keep good track and organize everything well so this isn't just a huge pain and things are missed when you get home. And I'll click through my drive and just show you some of those spaces for things. I'll use, let's say, a Bolivia project, and you could see in these two major folders you're going to be using when you're uploading these things. Your project media is mostly the media manager's responsibility, but you do have this QC, folder that all of your QC photos are going to be into, or at least linked into if you put them somewhere else, where they might be in the post-travel deliverables. And in the post-travel deliverables, you have your quality control forms, some of the safety rules for excavation that I was talking about earlier, and a direct link to those media manager deliverables. And in the quality control forms folder, you have even more granularity of the concrete quality control form, the quality control form 6.1 through 6.10, your signature page, and your suspended as-built dimensions form.